Hi again. For my fourth video, I wanted to highlight an incredible free resource called understood.org. It's free. It's a trusted platform that supports families and educators of children with learning and thinking differences like ADHD, dyslexia, and more. It just depends on what type of student you're dealing with, but what this gives you is just an amazing amount of information about all of these differences in learnings. It gives you expert advice, practical tools, gives you inclusive strategies to use at home even or in your classrooms, just to help every child thrive. Um, I chose this because it was easy to use, very straightforward. It does provide research-backed support in its format. It's easy to use and understand. There's tons of resources out there for learning differences, but this one is just really well organized. Um, Understood stands out because of its real world strategies. Um, and it's just got a strong focus on empathy and just understanding these learners and giving them their fair chance and just knowing what they need. My goal in using understood.org is to kind of bridge that gap between home and school. I want families and educators to better understand the struggles that these students may have while they're learning and how they're thinking, and more importantly, how can we support them proactively. It's also a great way to guide conversations during IEP meetings, family nights, staff trainings, which is really important at my school right now. We're going to try to really get that do better with that. Our staff needs to be more informed, and this one just understood.org just gives you that piece that's easy for them to access. My intended audience, of course, are parents and caregivers, educators, school counselors. This is really important for them too. It is parent-centered, this website, but the strategies are highly applicable to any classroom. I do plan to share this with my coworkers um, that are looking for inclusive practices or way to better communicate with their families of those diverse learners, and give these grade level teachers access to appropriate intervention practices that they can use in their classroom as part of the SIT process. Um, there are just a lot of teachers, I don't know if this is true for everybody, but not really doing interventions in their classroom and assessing what kids can do with just those pieces that may help them in the classroom before they are tested um, to have an IEP. And it helps us out too. If they do need an IEP, we can see the tried and true things that have been supported in the classroom. And hopefully we can continue those if they were helping the child be um, productive or doing well. The ISTE standards, of course, I would say this is a leadership thing. That's standard 2A. As educators, we shape and advance, we accelerate our shared visions for technology use and to support student empowerment and learning. Understood.org promotes this equity through tech accessible, inclusive learning strategies for all those diverse kids or the diverse learners. And then also ISTE Standard 3A as citizens. As educators, we strive to inspire students to contribute positively and responsibly to the digital world. Interactive tools like they have empathy simulators, and there are behavior guides that help the educators foster this understanding and help them do it digitally and use inclusive practices, which is really important. So I'm going to scroll down here and I'm just going to click on one of these, and you can click on any one of these icons. And if you are looking for tips and strategies maybe to use in your classroom, there are endless. I was just amazed with how much information there was um, for things that can help you in the classroom as well as at home. Um, they do talk about medication. That's a really touchy subject for teachers, but it's something that parents could look into if you would share understood.org with them. Um, they include personal stories. It is just a phenomenal tool. Um, I'm sorry. If you want to go, I'm going to go to the educator section, And you can even incorporate this into how you can do those SMART goals, write better plans or things for IEPs. I apologize. This was imperative for parents to understand too. A lot of parents come into these IEPs with me and they sit there and they nod their head. And I think I probably am talking way over their heads because it's not that they wouldn't understand. It's just I'm using terms so quickly. I'm really trying to improve on that. So if they have questions, I really do plan next year to incorporate Understood into my conversations with parents as well. Um, it's just a cool tool. There's just so much to share, but yeah, it's articles. They do have all sorts of other resources that you can look at. It is super easy to use, and again, lessons for parents, lessons for teachers. It is just going to help everyone that is involved in this kid's life become better learners and become more well-rounded because we're informed. So I really liked understood.org. I hope you are able to go and check it out.